My full name is Abu Kasim Abas, and I was born in Port Dickson, a fishing village near Port Dickson. Like I've seen some of this write up about me, I love boats because I live by the beach and go fishing too. In fact, I used to, the men would never bring me into far deeper part of the ocean, so I follow the fisher fisherwomen, yeah, because they go not far into the ocean. That even if I got to the point where I have to row or paddle, in the boat, yeah, as long as I get this to go fishing. And my family has always been poor, so this is a chance for me to catch fish for the meal. And my father was working in an estate. There are a lot of rubber estate around my area there, and I went to GES, which is a abbreviation of Government English School in Port Dickson. The reason why I went to the English school because in those days they had this remove class, Pralehan, but I chose the English one. No, I scored better mark, so they sent me to the English section, but the English, uh, which is called remove class, and that's it. I'm quite thankful that I went to the English section. That's I'm able to convey in English to a point, and I became a teacher after. That's my first job until I decided to become an artist. I became a teacher in what year was that? 68, and I was posted the first school that I sent to teach in was in KL, Jalan Ipoh there. And the year next was the 13th May, and then again I was posted to, there was the reshuffle of teachers teaching not allowed to be teaching in city area. So I was posted to a remote school in Sabah Bernam there, and Perryfield, and that's where I think I started. When you get lonely, you wonder what else can you do in the evening after school. So I started painting, you know, for myself until somebody thought I should go further by having exhibition. So which I did, and then that was a good time to sell Malaysian theme painting because of this influx of American EXO company. I mean, the one that I think taught Petronas to be what they are now. That was in the 80s, I think. Yeah. And when it came to, there was a time when our Daim, he just passed away recently, he was the finance minister, and he got, I think, quite upset knowing that there are government servants going to work selling pisang and cempedak, and bringing them to the office. And he decided to say, if you want to teach, you teach. If you want to work, work. I mean, not selling all this belacan thing in school. So I decided I better quit teaching and become what else? I can only paint. So I became an artist. And to make it shorter, I was approached by my classmate whether I would like to do uh, painting for the guest room of Hilton Kuching. And I said, hey, I'm only the teacher's level, not this professional artist. So if you don't try, you never know. I tried, and I got the job. So after that, you just get in. I mean, you want to be doing more than just what you have supplied. I mean, there are other things to paint, So joining small artist group, but I found out that I like to work on my own and not messing around with other artists. They only talk and not work. So that's what I thought. So and my life has always been like that. I'm quite a lone person, but I'm not a lonely person. And let's stop it there for a while before I get more things. Yes, they, I was the one that they call Iblis. Iblis is almost like Satan, you know. And I'm the third. But the reason why I became rowdy because I got bullied by my two elder brothers. I'm the third, and the others were so small, you know. So I could help with the house chores, and they ran away and not helping me. That's how I learned to be independent and do my own thing for now. I love doing housework. And at one point, my mother became paralyzed, and I was the one that helped her do her hair and cook, and I mean, so I learned those other things that you learn. You want to be independent, I guess. Up to now, I'm still single, so I still can cook like what my mother taught me. And I did. Like I said earlier, I was only allowed to follow the women, not the men, because uh, like I said, we don't go so far out in the ocean, So even 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 if our boat capsized, we still, I think our toes will still touch the 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 base of the ocean, yeah, the cloud, So they always call me to Kasim, come and join me. Like I know they're only using me to row, so I could row the boat. Yeah, paddle the boat. Yeah. All right. I was always good in art. The only thing that I was good in, and the I was inspired to, like I said, when I was posted to a remote school in suburban, there were not too much things to do after you finish school teaching. So there were things that I could do in paint. I paint anything. Like there was a questionnaire in this sent given by Zahin. How do I overcome, and because I'm a self-taught. The only thing, if I have to answer that question, it should be trial and error. If nobody is your mentor, you have to do it your own. And then you are triggered to work more if, when you start selling it and people are willing to pay some money for it. So, and it got even bigger than that. Like I said earlier, did I mention about that friend of mine who wanted me to do the Hilton? Yeah, I wasn't confident to get it, but I got it. And after that, there's no stop because it was offered to me. And then I thought, well, this time I got it by accident. Why don't I go and knock on the door and sell my art? As I know I am able to speak English, you only have to face with two answers, yes or no. I mean, so a lot of time I go yes, and I hate to say this. This is Charles' word. Embarrassing. You sound like you're bragging. Like so far I have done about 19 hotels. Mind you, all the 5-star. That's bragging. You wouldn't know it when I tell you. So some of them, as usually they refurbish after 5 years, or they have to redecorate the hotel. The one that remain using my oldest black and white is the first hotel I got. That was in Sarawak. If you happen to be at Hilton Kuching, look for my work. It's still there. I mean, people keep telling me, said, doesn't Hilton have any money? I'm tired looking at your painting. And then the other hotel in Kuching is used to be Riverside Majestic. That wasn't even your time. That was in the 80s, yeah. But which is now the Grand No, this is the name of the wife of the first Raja and the second Raja, Charles Brooke. Margarita. You're familiar with there's a Fort Margarita built on top of a higher level ground facing the river Sarawak, just in case if there's any attack. But I love the ending word of the write up of the Margarita, not even a bullet fired because nobody came to take over Sarawak. Yeah. It was funny, isn't it? Yeah. After spending money building this gigantic fort, none of the soldiers fired anything. Yeah, nobody came. And now the hotel that I did, the second hotel was is the Grand Margarita, I think. Many. Uh, all the Hilton group were done by me, and the Marriott Hotel was done by me before they republished it and they threw away my painting. Sorry, I got paid. My dad asked me, "Can you live?" Selling painting. I said because I wasn't telling the whole story. I mean, how much they paid for all this work that I did. And doing back to your question, why I decided to be commercial. That's the only way to make money. If you want to talk about money, I hate about talking about money. But at one point or the other, we need to squeeze that part, don't we? Please say yes. Yeah. So in fact, being my age, there are so many other younger artists. They ask, how did you do that? I said, don't be shy. The whole thing is about money. I mean, there's no such thing as art for art. You have to sell. You know. And Mahadev, was yeah, and Mars, because that's the they have to ship that they have to fly that all the work. So Mars took over, sponsored the flight to America, and Mahadev. We just need some big name to, like I said, there's always a way to make would-be buyers to feel like, oh, this is not the little thing. Their prime minister is a sponsor, and I mean, that's it. That's what I said. I learned that through hardship. Like when I was commissioned by those SO people, I, I could finish one painting in a night. So you just have to work harder. That's all. No, no, those are the earlier part when I painted. you know. But the other I use that trick, the word trick, because I never take any deposit from anyone that commissioned me, because if I take a deposit, I'll be tied up by them. They always bug me saying, "Done or done, done," So if you don't take deposit, you can take your time. In fact, I go for the higher one. I mean, don't do the cheaper one and get the one. I mean, that's all. I think that's the thing that you have to learn, like, which is more important. So even though it's just all about money, um, uh, which people don't talk what is happening, you know. When I do not want, there's nothing wrong with painting and try to sell your artwork in where Wasasini. They make good money there. No, I mean, I used to tell my student, they always say, I don't have mood. I said, hell, if you wait for mood, it will never come. You get started. I mean, that's my principle. You will get lazy sometime, you procrastinate and stuff, but then if you better get serious, you better do your serious job and start now. Mood? No. A good friend of mine has suggested there's not many. not that I know of, doing to preserve history, like old colonial building, and a simple topic, and artifact of the Malays and the Chinese, and I went through that Indian artifact, So in fact, you get to learn and you get to know the names of them, and a lot of things you can talk about. I would like to do more of the building than people. I joke about people who commission me to do their portrait. I said, these people think that they're handsome, more handsome than who they are really. So my nose is not like that. I'm more handsome. You think you look like Brad Pitt? That's so I stopped doing. I only did one. The parents of Leo Mogi, that he sent me over to Kapit and meet the parents. That's the only portrait I did of both of them, mother and father. No, it was the first one because I thought I could do almost everything. As you are still learning, um, you are open to taking risks. So, but then it'd be risky to go ahead and to do only portrait, like this experience that really I almost gave up because I was commissioned by the old owner of Marriott team. What is that period? 1920s. Uh, what do you call that period? 1940s, 1920s to 1940, where women have long cigarette holder and yeah, flat chested and bob hair. Like I had to study that. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. I wasn't born during Art Deco time. Yeah, it's called Art Deco. Yeah, so I have to study, and the owner was very happy. No, that was real people. I mean, Dato Leo Mogi commissioned me. I said I can try, but I succeeded. I thought he didn't return the painting back to me. He says, it's okay, this is great. Yeah, but I swear I do not want to do any more any more portrait painting. I could do any pictures of human faces and stuff, but then they have to be what I make up, what I made them of. How do I say that? What I want them to be, not like your face, you want to be yours. I can't do that. I should be free. Oh, the hawker series, my God. I mean, those are the things that suggested by my good friend. Apart from the artifact, the hawker series are the best. They sell like hotcakes, really. Yeah. Even now, I'm still selling them, and they come in postcard size and limited edition size. And there were hotels that people told me, "Hey, I saw your pork seller in that hotel." By the way, the pork seller was uh, uh, there was somebody from the religious department that wrote me a letter saying that I shouldn't have done that. No pocky pocky thing, no piggy piggy, no haram haram thing. It has to be what? I mean, I'll show you the picture. You seen that? It. I put it lightly, but by not using the word babi or pork. I just say uh, roast duck seller.
Oh, it's a roast duck.
Yeah.
That's a pig.
No. But the big part of the pork is always on next to the next to the duck. I conceal it by putting other stuff there. Yeah. But they found out. Yeah, those are the things I've been doing all my life, doing all the building, and actually the book on what's that called? I mean, in Perak, sketches of Perak, right? Yeah, they are all colonial building that I've been all doing all along. I started doing colonial building early in my career. when he decided to become full-time artist, which my father said, "Can you live? Can you pay your bill?" Now they all come together. If you have mood, you are ready for anything. Whether you want to learn more, or you just only go to a certain stage. But then if you want to be the best, you better complete it. And you even get to, sometimes you get even, you are lucky enough to know the name of clothes that, what was the period? I forgot.
So the flapper period and
The period in the 20s. Art Deco, yeah, Art Deco time, yeah. So no wonder, and then back to my mother used to tell me stories when my mother would have been, if she is still living, she would be 95 now. So I'm sure she passed through Art Deco time, where women were not supposed to have big bus, like that. They roll it with the pin. They did. That's, yeah. If you see the old Art Deco movies, I don't know what they are, but most women do not have big breasted, something to show. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't quite watch my auntie being, her mother, my grandmother, using the rolling pin on her, but I was told by my mother. It is, it is true. My mother used to tell me that. I love listening to the story. Don't you scream? At this point, even if I'm not painting all that much, I never have to worry, I think. There are always people who still remember me. And anyway, last exhibition I had in Bangsa, uh, those people invited to the show, they always wondered, I heard that name Kasim Abbas. We thought he died because I don't do exhibition. But I'm here. That's it. So my life is quite easy. Just I'm not. Get panicky quick, but only certain thing. He knows. Oh, that was that. I thought it was silly. I mean, why does that mean that only the Chinese can do paintings of pork, roast pork, or Kasim Abbas cannot? What's your reason in that? So I'm quite what do you call, the gill, like what the gill is? Hard-headed, stubborn. Yeah, who cares? I'm gonna do three pigs next time. I somehow I got a certain way to answer their question, and they said, "Forget it." Stubborn. I mean, you can see. I mean, I like doing work of Sarawak. That not much this religious crap. And being used to stop people want to do painting whatever they want, right? Yeah. When I was in college, we have to learn to use all the medium. I mean, acrylic and oil and what is that? No, the one.
charcoal.
I'm not really into charcoal. The other one, the the line that people try to get a girl into their rooms. Let's go up and see my
Etchings.
etching. Yeah. I mean, I did etching too, but then now we don't use metal. We use plastic sheet, so it works so good. Yeah. You imagine doing that, scratching your metal plate here. What kind of needle can you use without breaking it? I mean, the needle. Yeah. And I did also some pottery. I don't know whether you're familiar with the name. One of the. Have you ever heard Eugene Ling, my art professor? Anyway, if you happen to hear that name, he doesn't like me because I become slightly commercial. So that's the person that really I got mad with, because the art is for art. Yeah, he's a famous artist in the 60s, Malaysian. He 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 did. I think he's still doing it. This abstract thing. But I chose to do watercolor first because my room was small, right? My table is, and it's easy. A lot of people say that watercolor is hard. To me, because of years of doing it, I think not. You know, you need practice. Yeah, yeah, trial and error. By the way, Charles is from London. He's my guest for a month, but he promised me he wouldn't get in, I wouldn't get into your hair. The expression I like, yeah, your hair.
Or
You
keep
know
it in
the
your hand.
you know the expression that I didn't never heard that. Yeah, so I'm proud to use it. I don't know. I don't have that kind of vision. I do it what I want. If somebody wants to follow my step, fine, do it better. You know, so get busy with other things. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. You think I care? They say this. You're just a whore. You just you sleep with everybody. Yeah, I mean, like you take any kind of commission, right? And then you're not born with the knowledge of uh, certain things. You have to study, right? So I wish I was sleeping with everybody, but this is part of the research and all the things that you do. And when especially when the people commission you, they say, "Yeah, this is what I want." You know, so before that, you just spend days looking for ideas, refer to books and stuff like that. So, yeah. But my vision of let them do whatever they want. You know, I'm not. I want to be the only Kasim Abas. May not become famous or popular, but then I'm Kasim Abas. Actually, as we were talking with Zahin last night, those are the things that I cannot now convey to these interviewers. So how is it? Can you help me? No, he never even attempted to teach me. I mean, I just saw him. Yeah, I only finished product. In fact, this happened even after the Second World War, so I never get to see where he was working. So the finished product, yeah. But he was doing quite good because all those estate managers around Port Dickson ended up buying some of his work. Yeah. Yeah, one thing I always remember that I need to teach these young artists: don't let don't don't let people look down upon you just because you are an artist, you know. And then please keep your copyright by just signing the year and circle C. That's what I did all the time because can I add a little story? And my my nephew is also an artist, a teacher. Uh, he came here and said, "Palang, how much money you making?" You know, I said, "What?" And he stopped over at the R&R place where satay kajang is sold. You know, they have a kedai there, and they bought my vendors series. And one of them is a satay seller, and printed them on their disposable cup. So what else to do? I just excuse me, this is my work, you know. And even my signature was not erased, so got quite a bit of money from him. My lawyer said sue him, and then he offered a certain amount first. Come on, you are old and supposedly famous. He says, so don't settle for that $20 thing, you know. So wait, wait. So we played the game of I'll offer you 20,000. Forget it. I offer you 50,000. Forget it. He said, and I'll offer you 100,000. Don't. My lawyer said, take it before before he changes his mind. So that is the biggest suing job I've ever done. But I have been suing people. It's fun. Hey, it's only they're stealing my money. They're infringing my copyright, right? So just you need to tell this younger artist, keep that copyright with you. In fact, when I did hotel job, a lot of time all these hotel owners don't know about copyright. As long as they believe that uh, you printed them. Most of the time they are all print anyway, but still keep your copyright there. Actually, they are painting that I have to do commission, and that I have not finished for the past 4 years. So I make it sound like it's not easy to get painting from me. I mean, I didn't tell them that way, but it just make them, oh, That's it. Yeah, that's what I didn't get the word earlier. That's the trick. I always use it as a trick. Just don't do it quickly. Don't make them think that they can order you around. I say by not taking deposit. It's quite risky. I mean, what would happen if they decide, oh, I forgot lah. I mean, I never don't remember asking you to paint. Then I'd lost everything. I would lose everything. Yeah. But if you have like Kwek Leng Shan asking me, would you believe that he would just change his mind? No. I mean, I've done work for Hong Leong. Yeah, most of the bank anyway. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck with that principle. Don't take any message. So you don't allow people to push you. Right. I work when I like to work. Yeah, I work when I want to. Yeah. Don't ever make it give message that you are desperate.